I'm Elias Kane, 24, the spare part in a dynasty that ran on horsepower and headlines. Dad, Grant, and Mom, Celeste, engineered every one of their $75 million electric car empire into my sister, Harper, MIT valedictorian, Formula champion, the heir who made investors salivate. I was the glitch. Art school reject, night shift mechanic wiping grease from my nails while Harper wiped podiums. At every gala, I was the shadow in a thrift store suit. Harper got the mic. I got the mop. Their anthem at every toast. Harper Kane, our future at the wheel of Kane Volt, the Napa Vineyard, the Gulf Stream. I'd smile, bust trays, and disappear to the garage. Harper's smirk was a torque wrench. Try not to scratch the paint, Elias. My lifeline was Uncle Ronan, the rogue genius who'd coded Kane Volt's first battery in a warehouse. He dragged me to his desert ranch, let me weld sculptures from scrap metal, and growl. They chase speed. You chase soul. Harper's MIT commencement was a Silicon Valley coronation, Palo Alto amphitheater, drone light show, caviar stations. I lurked by the espresso bar in a borrowed blazer that smelled like mothballs. Grant raised a flute. To Harper, CEO in waiting, steward of $75 million in assets, the vineyard, the jet. Roars. Harper preened like a prototype. Then a courier in matte black sliced through the crowd, pressed a titanium tube into my fist, and evaporated. My name, Elias Kane, was laser-etched on the cap. Pulse racing, I ducked behind a topiary. Inside, encrypted USB, stock ledgers, property titles. Kane Volt, controlling interest. The Vineyard, sole deed. Cayman Trusts, $28 million cash. A voice memo in Ronan's rasp. Elias, they built a throne on smoke. You'll ground it in steel. Board convenes Tuesday. Bring fire.
Ed.
The desert wind could have knocked me over. Ronan had faked his death 8 months ago, or so the family obituary claimed. This was his final lap. Grant's voice thundered inside. Harper Kane, our North Star. I stormed the stage. Boots thudding on carbon fiber. Harper mid-curtsy. I seized the podium. Plot twist, I said, voice slicing the drone hum. The North Star just shifted orbits.
Gasps.
Phones whipped up like paparazzi. Grant's flute cracked. Elias off. I raised the tube. Uncle Ronan's last directive, executed at his death. Kane Volt, the vineyard, the trust's mine. Not Harper's. Not yours. Harper's grin imploded. Ronan was delusional. Delusional people don't outsmart Deloitte auditors. I projected the USB onto the Jumbotron. Ronan's signature, time-stamped, witnessed by the firm's managing partner. Board vote Tuesday. Majority locked. The amphitheater spun. Grant lunged. I sidestepped. Assault on camera, lawsuit city. Every stream was live. Silence. Then Ronan's estate attorney, tall, vipercom, emerged from the wings. The codicil is bulletproof. Elias assumes command at 0900 Pacific, Tuesday. Resistance will be costly. Harper's composure shattered. You're a grease monkey. Today, I said. Tomorrow, I sign your walking papers. Grant's face went apoplexy red. Celeste clutched diamonds that suddenly looked leased. Harper's eyes blazed, not tears, but napalm. You'll crash everything. No, I said, voice steady as a torque spec. I'll recalibrate a human. The drone show glitched, spelling Elias in error code. Guests bolted, whispers crackling like static. Grant roared one last time. You'll never. I killed the mic, feedback screamed. Race over. Tuesday, 8:57 a.m. I strode into the glass-walled boardroom in the same blazer, now custom-cut overnight. Harper sat marble-stiff, eyes bloodshot. Grant paced like a short-circuited bot. The board, 9 suits, rose when I entered. Motion to appoint Elias Kane CEO, the chair intoned.
I.
9 eyes. Harper's jaw hit the table. By noon, the vineyard deed was re-registered, the Gulf Stream listed, proceeds funneled into a fund for underserved mechanics. Harper got a trust. Fat, but frozen until she mentored 1,000 hours at trade schools. Grant and Celeste kept the city condo, upside down on the loan. That night I stood on the ranch porch Ronan loved, desert stars blazing like weld sparks. My phone pinged. Harper, you hijacked my future. I fired back. I reclaimed mine. Clock in or clock out. The empire hummed under new current. Elias Kane, once erased, now electrified. Comment the second you refuse to stay in the shadows. Like if rebels steer the best courses. Subscribe, your ignition's next.